Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lucid Rob, and today we're going to watch more videos from all around the internet that you send me about the weirdest stuff that we could find. Before we get started, like this video, comment below which one to see in the next one, and subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this. Let's do it.
The way it's explained to me is that they are gods, with the little g. So the entire UFO phenomenon is about multiple gods that fight amongst themselves and by design factionalize mankind into different religions to step back and let us fight each other, so it has other things that it wants to accomplish, and we don't notice them because we're too involved fighting each other. So and they know that. So our government knows that. Our government knows that the others are instigating war amongst mankind. But the other issue is that these gods from you got to look back at ancient history and all those stories about gods that came down and did this and that. It's all true.
I mean, that definitely makes sense to me. I think especially the aliens infiltrated our government. Like it's very clear that there's a war, a social war among people, putting left versus right, white versus black, like just all these things really just perpetuating this hate and fear for people that are different from us or have different views than us. So it only makes sense if this is what the aliens or gods are doing, and they are basically controlling the government, or are the government, or shape-shifting reptilians or whatever, and are doing all this shit themselves. It makes total sense that would be the case. Keep us distracted so they can do what they want, whether they're aliens or just politicians. Bold.
NASA's fake. Does that mean all the other space agencies are faking it too? Oh, you mean like China? India just landed on the moon. Oh yeah, in a cartoon.
जी हाँ, आप अपनी स्क्रीन पे देख सकते हैं कि हम लैंडर मार्क.
SpaceX has been to outer space too. They're private industry, not government. SpaceX? You mean fake X? Well, when NASA goes back to the moon, you won't be able to deny it anymore. I hope they pick up their guy. What guy? The guy who stayed behind to film them leaving the last time?
3, 2, 1, ignition. Right away, Houston. Vector good. Ag thought. Pitch over. Vector, you have good thrust. Okay, 30 seconds. 308, your number.
I mean, I don't want to say everything's fake, but seeing shit like that kind of makes me think everything's fake.
All of it, or you can believe none of it. But believing all of it is way more fun. I am having the best time right now. But also, I don't believe any of it. I believe everything and nothing. I'm Schrodinger's conspiracy theorist. I can believe and not believe at the same time. Every conspiracy that I hear exists in a state of quantum superposition in my head. We went to the moon, and Stanley Kubrick directed the moon landing. Lee Harvey Oswald was the lone gunman, and a certain person ran a CIA operation in which he cooperated with the mafia and the Cubans to kill the president. Helen Keller was completely deaf and completely blind, and she personally, on her own, wrote 14 best-selling books, flew a plane, and founded the ACLU. I can do this because I can hold two opposing ideas in my head simultaneously. You can do it too. What do you call it when someone threatens you with implicit violence unless you give them your money? Robbery. But when the government does it? So clearly I'm not uniquely talented. What I have done is accepted the idea that I'll never actually know anything. Because people lie. For lots of different reasons. Sometimes good reasons, sometimes bad. Women will tell their unattractive friends that they're 10s all the time. That's an actual conspiracy, because if your friend is a provable 5, what are you accomplishing by making her believe she's a 10? What is your dark purpose? Here's the thing. Sometimes someone tells a lie, but the person who repeats what they were told believes what they were told. So when they tell you what they were told, they are not lying. And the person who told the first lie gets to borrow all the credibility of the person who believes that they are telling the truth. It's a 99% effective strategy. Well, 80%, 50%, 20%. Anyway, follow me for more of whatever this is.
I relate to that so much. That chick's name is Wonderfoley. Foley. She's pretty silly. But yeah, I can definitely relate to that more than anything. I think just accepting that you'll never truly know the truth, it just makes it way easier to just enjoy and not like drive you fucking nuts and make you depressed not knowing everything. Because it comes to conspiracy theories, aliens, government, all that shit. Like, we're never going to know the full truth. And what little truth we know right now may not be the truth at all. It could be something constructed to make us feel like we know the truth. That we know just enough to like feel good about ourselves so we don't go digging as hard to find the truth. So at the end of the day, we might not know a fucking goddamn thing. And I'm okay with that.
Sane people with mental illness in the 1800s. Why did they need massive palaces? A psychiatric hospital in New York. Insane asylums are not what you've been told. The mainstream history tells all of us that people were suffering, sleeping in sheds, riding around on horses, and going to the bathroom in their backyard. And no power tools. They had no training. These people were living a terrible life. These people were suffering. Yet we are told at the exact same time that the mentally ill were living in a high Victorian Gothic palace. People with schizophrenia, bipolar, depression, dementia, epilepsy, alcoholics, and tuberculosis, all living in a palace in the 1800s. These people, they would be taken from their huts and placed into a building that makes zero sense in the timeline that we're told about. Where this Hudson River State Hospital, a 1,500 foot long building. This is 15 football fields end to end. It's a massive structure that I believe was 100% found. I don't believe for a second that this structure was built in the 1800s. And I'm going to show the entire world exactly why. These massive structures were all over the USA in the 1800s. I believe that they were finding these buildings in the 17 and 1800s and repurposing them as insane asylums. These were over-the-top, massive buildings. They could literally hold thousands of people, and they were using them to take the adults, the parents, and I believe it was to keep them quiet. I believe this group of people living in the insane asylums, I believe they were not going along with the reset. Where we see that in 1800, nobody was being put into these buildings. With it just totally taking off in the late 1800s to the early 1900s, getting up to 510,000 people in 1950, and then completely dropping off the table. Once their story was set in place, and this is the exact same time as all of the world's fairs were taking place, where we know that they were just destroying massive palace structures in these cities, like Chicago, St. Louis, and the rest. Just like we saw in episode 184 and 185, where I believe if somebody was out there saying that the building was already there and not constructed in a year, like the mainstream history tells us now, I believe that they were taking these people and they would take them straight to the insane asylum. And I believe that their kids were taken over to the other asylum, the orphan asylum, where we look at the data that they give us.
I mean, as fucked up as that is, I'm honestly kind of on board with it. I mean, you just have to look at how we are now. Like, if they were so adamant about locking people up for being retarded and crazy and just out of their fucking minds back then, look how many people are just running around. They're like championing fucking mental illness nowadays. It's like you go to like people's social media profiles and they're like bragging about all the stupid shit they got wrong with themselves. Like, oh, I'm neurodivergent, I'm a they them, I'm fucking this, I'm fucking that, I'm all these things. Like, like if we were putting people away for being stupid back then, we'd still be doing it now. So it would make sense in my stupid jaded bias head, my fucking unk brain, that they would be putting people that way for a different reason. And I think there was a reset at some point, and I could definitely see that happening. I could also see that kicking off like the whole, trafficking thing as well, where they like lock up all these parents who, know the truth or aren't willing to keep the secret about the Great Reset, and then send their kids off somewhere else to, be indoctrinated, and hopefully nothing worse than that, which history has shown that's probably not the case, unfortunately.
There is no way the North and South Towers and Building 7 came down because of aeroplanes hitting. Just not possible.
The first person to say that I know of is Donald Trump, who said that on a morning show the morning of 9/11.
How could a plane possibly go through this deal? I happen to think that they had not only a plane, but they had bombs that exploded almost simultaneously, because I just can't imagine anything being able to go through that wall. Most buildings are built with the steel is on the inside around the elevator shaft. This one was built from the outside, which is the strongest structure you can have.
That has kind of gotten lost over the years, that structural engineers said this is impossible.
You know what's crazy? You could try this yourself. If you ask Google about 9/11, it doesn't talk about Tower 7 at all. It just talks about the two towers. I had to like go out of my way to Google Tower 7, the third tower that fell, that had nothing to do with the planes hitting the buildings. It doesn't automatically include that in there. Like, they're trying so hard to just make us forget like this one fucking building for no reason fell with other buildings that are down the fucking street from it. So yeah, anybody with a fucking brain knows that shit was not what they said it was. Whether it was an inside job, whether it was outside terrorism, who fucking knows? I think we all know, but at the scheme of things, big picture, who can actually say? But it for sure didn't play out the way that they said it did.
Just consumables. He said, yeah, there are these giant antennas, and when you die, your soul goes up, and I think he said the Greys, this alien race, set up this soul catcher, and that's what this whole thing is about. And as you die, it sucks your soul in, and they use it in some way. And it's not where your soul is supposed to go. They just like set some sort of intercept.
Did he say where your soul was supposed to go?
No, he was just more really into the soul catcher.
Well, that was one of the weirder things about some of the documents that you had at least been alerted to when you were on the base, and one of them being that humans are containers.
Yeah.
And which the likely conclusion is containers of souls. If a soul is a real thing, whatever that.
That's what you would think,
right? I mean, that's what I thought.
Yeah, but
it's just.
I would prefer to believe that's not true. But maybe it is. I don't know.
So here's the thing: when you die, don't go to the light. Go to the dark. The light is a trap. Reincarnation is a trap to recycle your soul to power these entities more. You go to the dark. And if by chance you're wrong and the light is heaven and the dark is hell, I mean, you're probably better off anyway. They got way better music down there. Better parties, better food, cooler looking people, tattoos, scary movies. Like, win-win.
Fuck that. Fuck that. Just sell the house. Put that shit on eBay. Get rid of that shit. Because what do you mean it's just 3 a.m. and you hearing the and then you go open that shit. And then you go to check it out and open that shit. You must be white. Because that is white people activities right there. Only white people will hear some shit like that at 3 a.m. and think it's Fred. Any black or Latino will hear that shit and be like, fuck no.
That's where you're wrong, S.A. This white boy's running away. Fuck that. Nope. Nope. So if you're new to this channel, there used to be this thing where everyone always used to send me scary videos because I fucking hate them. It's weird. I love horror movies. I love all this shit. But when it comes to ghosts, can't fucking do it. Ghosts and spiders. No fucking way. So, yeah, thanks for the warning there, guys. Dicks.
I think this might be the best video I've ever made, okay? Anyone who's red-pilled and awake right now is typically terrified and anxious about where the world is headed, and I'm about to tell you why I've never been more excited to be alive in my entire life, okay? Let me explain. Look, around 2020, a lot of us woke up, including me, eyes wide open, like truly woke up, like we're being lied to, the corruption is out of control, the world's a circus, okay? Right now, Canada's on fire, literally, okay, but also politically, economically, spiritually. The Israel situation has split the entire conservative movement in half. There's a war in the Middle East with no end in sight. AI is barreling down the pipeline and nobody's ready for it. Social media is rewiring our kids' brains. Hell, it's toxic for our brains. Our food is toxic. Our water is toxic. Our clothes, turns out, are toxic. Okay, the media is an absolute joke and we don't even know who to trust. We got digital ID and digital banking coming. The Epstein list, forget about it. Nothing's happening. The Charlie Kirk trial, forget about it. Nothing's happening. Hollywood is doing its satanic thing as per usual. It's a circus, okay? We're truly living in a movie, and trust me, it's messed up. I get it. But here's the thing you have to realize, guys. I hope you know that successful people are really good at holding two truths at once, okay? They can hold all of the evil, but they also can hold all the good simultaneously. And I don't think it's a coincidence that all of this evil is peaking at the exact moment that we have more agency to build our own lives than ever before in human history. You can run your life like a small, well-managed country. We never used to be able to do that. Is our food and water toxic? Absolutely, but you have more information on how to optimize your physiology than any king would have ever had in all of human history. Social media is poisoning everyone, sure, but only the ones who are using it unconsciously. Use it with intention and calculation and it becomes the most powerful tool you've ever touched. Politics is a mess, sure, but it's always been a mess. It's always been corrupt. But now you can build your own economy like never before. You can live like royalty from anywhere you want on earth. So is the world more toxic than I ever would have even imagined? Yes, but my God, do we have more antidotes than ever before? And here's the one thing that is really starting to change how I see everything, is that I've started to entertain the possibility that all of this is in God's hands, that there really is a bigger plan at play. And if we're happy to give him the glory for every blessing, then why not hand him our fears and our anxieties too? Guys, we are a speck in something far bigger than what we can even comprehend. And when you truly surrender to that plan instead of drowning in all the noise, that is when you start to win, and that's when you start to become really, really excited about the times that we're in. I know that's not a popular opinion, but that's just the vibe today, baby, okay?
So I really, really like this take. This is great, and this is kind of where I try to go. I try not to ramble too much. I like to talk and like share my thoughts and stuff. And like a lot of you guys that watch this shit are just like, you talk too much. Fucking next video. You just want a compilation. Then a lot of you are also like, we love hearing your opinion and stuff. We love we're here to hear you talk and shit. So I actually started working on something called the Unbought Mind, because so much shit on the internet, so much shit, even my videos, there's so much negativity there, and I try to keep them fun. I try to keep them like light and entertaining and not really get too deep into like, okay, like this is fucking crazy, like watch out, like I'm not here to save the world as a whistleblower. I'm not trying to like get anyone put in jail. I'm not trying to like uncover government secrets or anything like that. It's just fun for me. But what I do want to do, and the difference I do want to make, is to help people kind of just get to a better place mentally, to be able to watch this stuff without letting it affect them, kind of like how I've been able to develop now. So I'm creating a series of videos called the Unbought Mind to kind of teach you how to like live in a better place mentally and kind of detach from the stuff and kind of filter yourself, filter your brain, and just kind of not be so affected by things around you in your environment and things like that. And I'm just going to make it free as well. You have to worry about me trying to sell it to you. I just really want to put this together, kind of try to help, because I see so many people, talk to so many people every day that are just like so affected by the algorithm and everything that's kind of like fucking with their head. So I'll let you know how to get a hold of it when it's ready. Pretty much just like email it to you, something like that, make it real easy for you. But yeah, and that's kind of what I want to do. I want to give back in a way that's like a little more than just entertainment, because this shit can get too heavy. Even just watching these videos, it just adds to that. So just want to make sure we're safe and we're all feeling good. But that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If it's your first time here, like, subscribe, let me know in the comments what you want to see in the next one. You can also check out my webpage, the merch store, SoundCloud, Spotify, Instagram, everything linked down below. Lucid Crew, the OGs, you guys have been around forever. Appreciate your support and great to see you. Welcome back, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.